This is the Sports Fix.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Hey, call me Mr. Pig!
We'll call you whatever you like, as long as we can call you a fan of the Sports Fix.
Sports Fix listeners, you've heard me talking about it. Millionaires being made all season long at DraftKings.com, America's favorite one-week fantasy football site. I've been playing there too. It's now J-Rock's favorite one-week fantasy football site. What's one-week fantasy football? That means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Have a player who's hurt? That's no problem at all because you change everything week to week. Injuries don't derail your chance at victory. It's a new season every week. You're never stuck with the same players. You can pick your team in just minutes and be on your way to winning huge cash. This season, one listener turned $10 into $5,000. Another turned $2 into $10,000. And a new millionaire has been crowned nearly every week this season at DraftKings.com. You could be next. Imagine winning $1 million in one day. $1 million just for playing fantasy football at DraftKings.com. Head to DraftKings.com now and use promo code Spreaker to play for free in the $10 million Fantasy Football World Championships. DraftKings.com. Bigger events, bigger winnings, bigger millionaires. Enter Spreaker now at DraftKings.com.
Sports Fix listeners, like us on Facebook today. Facebook.com/The Sports Fix. Fantasy sports lovers, you put so much time, hard work, and effort into playing week to week that it quickly stops being a fantasy and starts getting real. And when the smoke clears, you want to show off those victories with a real prize. I mean, a really real prize. Nobody does that like Fantasy Jocks. The crew over at Fantasy Jocks have beautiful, high-quality, and heavy-duty championship belts, rings, trophies, and so much more for all your fantasy sports needs. There's literally only one place to go. FantasyJocks.com.
It's just an old ball, really. Nothing more. We grew with it and studied it. We owned it and shared it. We prayed they would hit it and miss it. We prayed they would catch it and drop it. We wanted it to bounce and fly, speed up and slow down. We prayed it would come to us, and we wanted to give it away. We have watched it weather storms and bask in the sun. And it's always right here in our hands. Cleveland Indians, established 1901.
Have you gotten your copy of Cleveland's Finest yet? Highlighting the best moments, players, and media members in Cleveland sports history?
He won it! Elo! Hit a three-pointer on the side!
In-depth personal interviews with some of the top names in Cleveland sports fill the pages of this incredible book. Cleveland's Finest by Vince McKee is this year's must-have book for every Cleveland sports fan. Available now at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Hey everybody, this is Jerry the King Lawler from WWE, and you're listening to the Sports Fix.
Welcome back to the Sports Fix Live across the Sports Fix Radio Network. That's right, Bruce, in the chat room. Good reminder, there are only four Monday Sports Fixes left until we're doing no more Sports Fixes that don't involve spring training and baseball and all of that. Don't need big numbers. See, we made it easier for you to work your way through it, man. We don't, what are these big double-digit numbers? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 Sports Fix Monday editions to go. And we're in spring training, baby, as we get closer and closer to it. We get back into the Sports Fix. Welcome back, J-Rock with you. Not going to go long with this segment here. Got to get the clock back on. We went a little long in the first segment, man. I'm not going to lie, man. I'm mad at myself that we spent that long talking about. No offense, Cavaliers, but you're not raining on the parade. That's the Browns. Look, you guys go be miserable elsewhere, man. We're talking some football today, historic football. Just a few minutes from now, probably about 10 minutes from now, we'll get Dan Wismar from the Cleveland Fan in on the conversation. We'll start turning our attention to the national championship, the first playoff edition national championship football game, a historic one. Bucks and the Ducks, the NFL playoffs. I want to talk about that here in a minute because I got to sit back this weekend for the first time really throughout the playoffs. I mean, obviously I've watched all the games and I've, gotten a chance to do it, delay, the DVR, all of that stuff, but got a chance to watch them here this weekend, real time, enjoy all the drama, and man, was there some drama. And I want to hear from you guys, by the way, on anything, including your picks on tonight's game with the Bucks and the Ducks. 216-539-7535, 216-539-7535. I'm J-Rock. This is the Sports Fix. You're giving us a call or hitting us up on Facebook or Twitter. Facebook.com/The Sports Fix. Tweet with us at The Sports Fix CLE. Email us, thesportsfix@AOL.com. And I guess I could jump right to yesterday. But I don't want to dive right into that game. I'm looking Saturday, man. I'll tell you, pretty much until the Broncos yesterday, man, the weekend went pretty much exactly the way I saw it going down, man. And I told you guys it's going to be a toss-up. I mean, not like I'm Karnak the Great or anything here. That game with the Patriots and Baltimore, truly. Look, I don't even like the Ravens. I don't like talking up the Ravens or anything. But, man, that's a hell of a squad over there. Always is, man. And I'll tell you what, man, they went up 14 points, not once but twice on New England. And I know there's Patriot haters out there that are, God forbid you say anything good about Tom Brady or Bill Belichick or the Patriots, but man, how many teams would fold? No, maybe not the first one, but the second one, man. And that's why these teams were the 8 teams at that level. This was some great football all weekend, with the exception of the one that we knew. And even then, Carolina fought, but at the end, Cam Chancellor is a manimal. He's just a man and an animal put together, man. Cam Chancellor is the bomb. But anyways, look at New England and Baltimore and that game. That was 2 teams that neither one of them wanted to go away. Neither one of them wanted to play their last game. And to me, you talk about illegal substitution, whatever, man. That's sour grapes to me. At the end of the day, that's different than what we're talking about with Green Bay and Dallas. There's a lot of controversy there. But, man, New England just made it happen when they needed to make it happen down at the end of that game. But that was a hell of a game, man. Just a great way to start things for the weekend. And like I said, not like I live to give credit to Baltimore, but you can't. I've never been the kind of guy that can sit there and not give props where it's due, man. And Baltimore played. They thought they had it figured out. And we talked about how they do better against them than anybody else. They went to Pittsburgh. They took care of it last week, and they did. They twice had them on the ropes, and twice New England came back and battled back and was able to take care of business in that one, man. And the Patriots now advance again. How many times have we said that before? Patriots advance to the AFC Championship game, and everybody thought there was going to be, if you were either one, even if you thought Baltimore, they thought it was a foregone conclusion, as did I. I said that I thought the most. It's so funny, famous last words. I said the most one that you don't have to worry about this weekend is that one there with Denver and the Colts. And wrong. Denver upset 24-13. A lot of people say Andrew Luck needed that signature win, and he went out and got it yesterday. And how ironic that it comes in maybe Peyton Manning's final game. Who knows? Because there's all the talk now coming out that he may be done. He was saying for sure a month ago that he was good. Now he's saying he's not sure. I just noticed, I actually got it on my phone as we were talking. Apparently, the story out now, Peyton Manning, torn quad for the last 4 or 5 weeks of the season. Happened back in the December 14th victory over San Diego for Denver. tore the muscle in his right thigh and played with it the rest of the way. Said they had concealed it throughout the season, and it was any need-to-know basis as far as the Broncos even letting other people know the status of that injury, which I'm sure the NFL will be interested to discuss more with them, because you're not supposed to monkey around with the injury reports like that. But, as we know, I mean, look, you can say what you want, man, but that definitely plays a part in it. Look at how much that changed everybody's thoughts about what was going to happen with Dallas and Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers. And I'm going to talk about Aaron Rodgers here in a minute, because you can throw me your Andrew Lucks and your Brady. Oh, I love Tom Brady, but man, Aaron Rodgers right now, I'll put him up with anybody. If I had to draft a quarterback, man, he's right up there. If I can't get Brady, or maybe, I don't know, one or the other, I'm taking. But, man, as that game went on, I don't want to jump into it. I'm skipping around subjects, but Aaron Rodgers showed me some heart yesterday. But as you see how much that affects a quarterback, man, and how instantly that changed people's perceptions of what was going to happen with that Dallas game yesterday. So if that's true, maybe that puts a different light on it, and that also puts a different twist on what Peyton Manning's thinking. Is once again here, everybody's slamming him last night. I mean, that's what happens in this world. I mean, people build you up to tear you down so they can build you back up again. It's kind of the way things go, man. I've always had respect for Peyton Manning. I've always said, though, I thought he's the greatest regular season quarterback perhaps in NFL history. But, obviously that changes when you start looking at the postseason success or lack thereof. This is 9 now, one and done in the playoff scenarios for Peyton Manning throughout his career. He's only got the one championship that he ended up getting. And I'll tell you what, while we're talking about Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck, what surprised me with all the talk in hell, we just previewed this stuff on Friday and talked about Denver, all the work they had done, the money they had spent in that defense and to build it up and fill the holes from last year, and they were going to come back in unfinished business. Anytime a team seems to have unfinished business, it doesn't seem to work out well, does it, Indians fans? But that business is not going to get finished once again. I was surprised, not just offensively, when you look at numbers like, 4 for 16 on third downs for Peyton Manning, and just the ineffectiveness there in certain aspects. Offensively, he really couldn't get the ball going long down the field at all, which would, again, perhaps play into the leg injury or whatnot. I'm curious to see when the details come out on that, where it comes out. But defensively, I mean, you look at what Andrew Luck was able to do defensively, and the Colts as a team, they had 364 yards in this one. They were able to really control what they needed to control through this one, and that's without lack of a true. I mean, Trent Richardson was not active for this game, by the way. From first round, high top 5 draft pick, traded for again. And then he can't even get active on the special teams, man. And Boom Herron was the running back there. As we've seen that transition, but man, Richardson wasn't even active in that one. But the defense, all the vaunted work and money and all of that, man, it didn't matter. At the end of the day, it wasn't enough. Andrew Luck, to me, I'm telling you, man, got that's that signature win. Now you're playing with house money kind of in that scenario to me, because everybody's going to just pencil the Patriots into the Super Bowl here, and I am too. I think New England's got a path now directly to the Super Bowl. Remember, these teams played earlier in the season, and the Colts went up, and then the Patriots came all the way back and rolled them by 20-some points or whatnot. Obviously, you can't just go out 42-20. Yeah, back in November was the first one. Patriots are an early touchdown and a half favorites here, 7.5 points early on. But hey, Luck, he did it here. He can go do it again. And then you talk about signature wins and sealing your legacy. That's how you do it there, man. Go knock off the Broncos, and then go to Foxborough and go knock off the Patriots, and then everybody will be worshiping the statue of Andrew Luck come Super Bowl time. That's for sure. He does continue, though, to solidify his spot as not just one of the young up-and-comers, but the next guy, man. Andrew Luck's going to be one that we talk about for quite some time, and I think that journey now is truly beginning for him here. It's going to set up a good one with the Patriots. And, I mentioned it there. I'll talk about it now. Talking about when you talk about quads and quarterbacks and importance, let's talk about flip the script a little bit and talk about that Dallas game for a minute. And what a hell of a game that was, too. I mean, Both of those games, Dallas and Green Bay and Baltimore and New England, were just incredible games where the road team came to play.